Hi, I'm Susan Vance. This is the series Hold Them Accountable. This is video number 4 in the series about Father Joe Reed and the whistleblower priests of the Diocese of Knoxville. Why did we get into this huge, big mess? And that is the big mess of what happened to Father Joe Reed, quite frankly. How did we get here? Is it deliberate on the part of the diocese and Bishop Mark Beckman? Or is it stupidity plus incompetence? Well, my vote is for deliberate with a whole dose of stupidity and incompetence added to the mix. Here's a little preview. I told you the other day that we are being watched by the Catholic bishops of the United States to see how the Diocese of Knoxville is going to treat and correct these whistleblower priests, because to them, to the bishops, this is a problem. This isn't free speech. This is a problem to them. But I didn't tell you this, but the priests around the country are also watching us. They want to see if we are going to have the courage to stand up to the diocese on behalf of Father Joe Reed and the other whistleblowers or not. So it is important that we not forget that. We must act. Father Reed is a potential witness in a trial of defamation against a victim of abuse by a seminarian. The person who defamed him is Bishop Richard Stika. Now, Bishop Beckman tried to say at first that Father Reed was a red light, bad, had to change it because the police found all allegations against him unsubstantiated, and the diocese had to come along and say there's no sex abuse, no sexual harassment, no sexual misconduct. So what's wrong here? Well, everything's wrong as far as Father Joe Reed is concerned. His life is being ruined. Now, the priests, here's what they did. They used a mechanism called Vos Estis Lux Mundi, created by Pope Francis. And Pope Francis wanted bishops reported for abuse as well as the priests. So there's something sponsored by the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops called reportbishopabuse.org. The priests went to this website, filled it in, and asked for something to be done about Bishop Stika regarding failure to respond to clergy's sex abuse problems, as well as financial mismanagement. Now, they also wrote a letter to this man, Cardinal Christophe Pierre, who is the papal nuncio. That's a fancy way of saying he's the Vatican ambassador to the United States. They wrote a letter asking for help with Bishop Stika because Stika's retaliation and intimidation of them had reached new heights and was unbearable. What happened? Yep, nothing. No answer from Christophe Pierre. Never responded, which is, by the way, the usual response of the Catholic Church. If I had a nickel for every letter I have written on behalf of victims of abuse or about any problem in the diocese, and the unanswered letters, I would be a rich woman. They do not answer. It's a disrespect for the people. We don't care about you. You're not important enough for us to even dictate a letter. It's typical. Here's your weapon, the collection basket. Don't give it anything into the collection basket and tell them why. We have to take a stand, people. Father Reed and the other whistleblower priests are at risk, and the diocese has already retaliated against Father Reed. Stand up and say it will not stand. We have to do that. Thank you.